surprised by the turn of events. The Attorney General promised over a year ago that should I continue to publicly criticize him and expose his incompetence, that he will make this law book an issue and that I will be charged. So I am not surprised at all. I expected this. In fact, it came rather late. Having said that, I want to also say that this has nothing to do with the law books. As I've indicated earlier, this has a political and a sinister motive. The law books are valued, now the current value is about 2,000 US, as I indicated. The state would expend millions of taxpayers' money to prosecute this charge, and it will go nowhere. The other point I want to make is that the charge should not even have been filed, having regard to the fact that I have already instituted proceedings in the Constitutional Court. The Constitution is very clear that a magistrate ought to defer to the superiority of the High Court and to the superior law of the land. And hopefully at an appropriate stage, that application will be made and it will be dealt with, because the matter is now in the High Court. The other point that I want to make is that I have been one of the persons who have been writing repeatedly over the last 2 years about the rise of authoritarianism and about the breaches of the Constitution which are taking place in our country. And it's rather ironical that I have now been the victim. And I'm happy that you are all here, and because what you saw today, the delay, I voluntarily submitted myself since Monday. As soon as I heard that I was wanted, I came. I gave the police a statement. Yesterday I took Lisa Ramotari into custody at SOCU. Not an issue about my whereabouts or that I am a flight risk or anything of the sort. Then today they came to my office where I voluntarily went to SOCU. And you saw for yourself the machinations which took place right in this institution of justice, intended to keep me in custody. That is what it's all about, the delay and everything. Clearly, I am happy that this is being done so that the world is witnessing how quickly we have descended. Today it's Anil Nandlall, tomorrow it will be any one of you. You are in the press and your business is exposé. That's my business as a politician. And that's all that I've been doing. Exposing wrongdoings. Everybody know who I am and that I can afford law books. My wristwatch is valued more than the law books, and so is my cell phone. The point is though that I am humbled by the efforts that they have expended to humiliate, embarrass and break my spirit. And the fact that they have charged me, they have catapulted me into a line of very illustrious politicians who have all been charged as part of the political struggle. In Guyana you have Chedi Jagan and a whole list of people, Walter Rodney and Dr. Barra Jagdeo, who have all been the victim of the criminal justice system being used as a political instrument.
Mr. Nandlall, why did you want the state to pay for the law books as part of your conviction for employment?
I requested that, Dennis Chabral, and the state granted it. We have passed that stage.
Why did you?
Because when I took this job, I took it at a loss of income, that I was earning much more. And part of the package which I negotiated was the payment of my subscription for the law books. The state cannot produce any document that they ever purchased law books. The state paid my phone bills, the state paid my light bills, and the state paid my subscription fees. The state can't claim my cell phone because they paid my phone bill. They can't claim my electrical appliances because they paid my light bills. Similarly, they can't claim the law books. They have no relationship with the supply of that law book. That I was being supplied those books under a contract that predated my appointment by a decade. And that contract still continues. It is between myself and the publishers of those books. All that the state did was to pick up the subscriptions, as the state has done in relation to many, many publications throughout the government structure. So the state can't assert ownership to the law books. This case, and anybody with any modicum of intellect, had they paid attention to the issues, they would have seen that all the state, at its highest, what the state can do is to file a civil claim to recover the monies that they have paid. The state has no connection to those law books, either by title or otherwise. I can produce an agreement that I purchased those books. The state can't.
The question, if you can clarify in your legal opinion, the order granted by the High Court against SOCU, against seizure of the law books, do you think that does that prevent the officers from arresting you?
No, that prevents the officers from taking the books from me. But the issue of the ownership of the books is a matter with which the constitutional jurisdiction of the High Court is seized. And when that situation occurs, anytime a litigant or a citizen raises his fundamental rights in a criminal proceedings, the magistrate hearing those proceedings is duty bound to refer the matter to the High Court for the ventilation of that allegation of violation of constitutional right. Here, I did even better, where I took the matter to the High Court prior to the institution of the charge. And therefore, a fortiori and with greater force, this court ought to relinquish its jurisdiction and await, out of deference and veneration for the higher court, its determination.
Do you see your PS being brought before the court as well?
Sorry?
Do you see your former PS being brought before the court as well?
I see I see the entire former government being brought before the court. I am only the beginning. This is only the beginning. Bishop Ejir will be brought. Former President Jagdeo will be brought. Lonchan will be brought. This is, as we said, this is part of the political struggle, and we are prepared for it.
Can you remind us of the charge again?
Something about larceny by some daily. Absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Thank you. Thank you.